guys, it's Trina, and today I want to talk about my most anticipated fall releases of this year. That's 2016 if you're watching this from the future. And by the way, what I am considering fall are books that are being released in September, October, or November because those are the autumn months where I am from. I've got 2 books on this list that are already out because I'm behind on making this video, but number 1 is Leave Me by Gayle Forman. This one came out on September 6th, and this is Gayle Forman's first adult novel. I believe it's about a mom that is just kind of frazzled and decides to up and leave one day. I've read most, if not all, of her previous books, and I'm just really interested in seeing her first foray into adult fiction. The second book on this list is Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas. Also came out on September 6th, so that's why I already have the copy of it. This is the 5th book in the Throne of Glass series. This is one of my most anticipated releases of this year. I can't wait to see where it goes. Next, I'm excited about Three Dark Crowns by Kendare, and this one comes out on September 20th. Kendare is a Korean author, and she previously wrote the Anna Dresden Blood duology. This is a young adult fantasy novel about a kingdom in which every generation a set of triplets is born. So all 3 of them are queens, they are heir to the throne, and all 3 of them are bestowed with a different magical ability. So one of them can conjure the elements, one of them is able to drink any deadly poison and not be harmed, and the other one can command nature and animals. So all 3 of them have these magical powers, and once they come of age, they're supposed to all fight to the death, and whoever the winning sister is gains the throne. However, the catch in this book is that 2 of the sisters didn't actually get their magical abilities, so they're trying to figure out how they're going to compete in this fight to the death when they don't have the magic everyone assumes they have. Next, I'm really looking forward to Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. This is the 2nd book in the Six of Crows series. Six of Crows is a young adult heist story about this group of criminals that are incredibly diverse. They actually all are different skin colors, different body types, different sexualities, and one of them has a disability. They are this really revered gang, and they've been chosen to break into the most high secure prison in their fantasy world to get somebody out. I really enjoyed the world and the characters from that book, so I'm looking forward to seeing how things end up because this is just a duology, so Crooked Kingdoms is the end of this short series. And Crooked Kingdoms comes out on September 27th. Also coming out on September 27th is Like a River Glorious by Carson. This is the 2nd book in the Gold Seer series, and the first book was called something. The first book was called Walk on Earth a Stranger. This is a historical novel that takes place during the California Gold Rush era, and it follows a main character that has this paranormal ability to sense where gold is in the ground. Book 1 was largely about this character getting to California, so it was like a survival story with wagon trains and just trying to stay alive, making trips downriver, through valleys, through canyons, and I really was in love with the survival aspect of that story, so I'm really looking forward to this sequel and finding out where it's going to go from here because that first book kind of worked as a standalone, but I definitely would like more. Next up, I'm looking forward to Replica by Lauren Oliver, which is coming out on October 4th. I have read all of Lauren Oliver's books so far, and for the most part, I really enjoy her writing. I can't really figure out the premise of this one, but it is science fiction, and I believe it's about clones. You've got 2 girls, and you're following their stories, and the interesting thing about this book is that when you start the book, you get one character's story, but if you flip the book over and read it from the end, you get the other character's story. Both stories cover the exact same events in the same days, and it doesn't matter which of the girls' stories you read first or second, or you can read one chapter of one girl and then flip it and read that same chapter from the other girl's point of view. You can read it however you want to. The story is supposed to weave together, and I just think this sounds like a really cool premise, so that's why I'm interested in this book, because I like the author and it sounds cool even though I can't tell you what it's about really. Another book that I actually already have because I have the advanced reader's copy is Unblemished by Sara. This comes out on October 11th. Sara is my friend, so she sent me an early copy so that I could give an early review of this book, and this is a young adult urban fantasy novel about a young girl living in New York who has really low self-confidence because she was born with this birthmark on her face that she isn't able to cover up, and then one day she finds out that there are actually parallel worlds, and she enters the alternate version of New York and finds out she's actually from another world and that her birthmark actually has a great meaning. There's princesses and guardians and magic and mer people and people that can shift into animals like birds and tigers, really cool magic system, and the overall theme is like light versus darkness. So even though I have this one, it is still on my list of most anticipated books that are coming out soon. Then on October 18th, I'm looking forward to Gemina by Amie Kauffman and Kristoff. This is the sequel to Illuminae, which is a science fiction like space adventure, space mystery. I really loved the first book, and the second book is actually more of a companion than a direct continuation of the first story, but I'm fine with that because I really loved this universe and the mystery and the format of the book. It's told through like emails and text messages and photos and drawings and maps and stuff, so I just thought it was a really cool reading experience, and I definitely want more in that series. Next, I'm looking forward to The Amateurs by Sara Shepard, which comes out on November 1st. I think I am the only Sara Shepard fan on BookTube that I have like heard of that constantly mentions her books, but guys, I can't help it. I like Sara Shepard's books. As far as I know, this new series is going to be about like a website that's dedicated to true crime that has been unsolved, and then you're gonna have a few characters that are like meeting on this website and wanting to help solve these mysteries, so they kind of work up to do like real life crime solving. I'm intrigued by that one. Next, I'm looking forward to The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. This one also comes out on November 1st, and Nicola Yoon is a Jamaican author that wrote Everything last year, and I really enjoyed that book. She does write about diverse characters. The main character in The Sun Is Also a Star is going to be Jamaican, and I believe that this one is a contemporary love story as well. I think it's just kind of about how these two characters have met and like all the choices in their lives that led them to that moment. I think that's what it's about. I don't know too much about it other than like the character descriptions, but not much about the plot. But I am looking forward to this follow-up from her. Next, I am looking forward to The Chemist by Stephanie Meyer, which comes out on November 15th. I liked her book The Host, which was an adult novel, and The Chemist is also an adult novel, so this is gonna be nothing like Twilight, guys. I am just kind of excited that she's writing something else because I like watching authors' works grow, and I definitely think it's been many years since Twilight and even since The Host, which I thought was great. So I'm really looking forward to what this is going to be about. I don't even know what it's about other than it's an adult novel about science and investigation. I don't know, it kind of sounds like CSI or something to me. Yeah, don't need to know what it's about. I just am like morbidly curious, so I am excited for this one. Can't deny that. And lastly, I'm looking forward to Of Fire and Stars by Audrey Coulthurst. This is a debut novel, and it is coming out on November 22nd. This is a young adult fantasy world, and the main character is a princess who all her life has been betrothed to the prince of another kingdom, and as their wedding date approaches, she actually finds herself falling for her tutor, who is her betrothed's sister. I'm really interested in reading this because I haven't read many fantasy stories that do have gay or lesbian characters in them. There's stuff like magic and assassinations, so it sounds like it's going to be a good book, and I'm really looking forward to it. So those are the 12 books I'm most excited about this fall. Let me know if any of them are on your most anticipated list too, or what fall releases you're most looking forward to. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the comments. Bye!